documenting everything, kind of mixing the documentarian slash politics side, trying to give everybody a feel of what the process is.
That painting there is a great one too.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's fantastic.
Visual. But getting it going. Well, how's your campaign going?
It's going well. It's we kind of started off as a little experiment. We were calling it Crazy for Congress. We were doing the live casting and going out. Everything that we've been shooting, we've put raw footage up on the web. But I've had the opportunity to go out and talk to a lot of really great people. Now we want to kind of take that to the next level and see if we can actually be competitive.
And you're running as
an independent. It's nice. It opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't talk to me otherwise. I'm an independent.
Well, then it's. In Collier, if you're Democrats, it's opposed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's nice we can shine light on groups like CIW in particular. Because it's one of the things I'm really hoping to do is get some more attention to this organization. Try to get people. It's good to see you.
My name is Michael Marr, and I'm pastoral administrator here at St. William Church. And on behalf of Father Bob Murphy, our pastor, and all the parishioners, I want to welcome the Coalition of Immokalee Workers and Interfaith Action of Southwest Florida and all their supporters here this evening. Before we get started, perhaps just a little bit of housekeeping might be in order. The restrooms in this building, despite what that sign says over there, are out that hallway in which you came in and turn to the left, and just before you go out of the building, they're there on the right. Okay? It's our pleasure to host this gala event this evening. We were pleased that we were asked and most happy to be able to do so. So make yourselves comfortable, enjoy yourselves. And if I may introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies for this evening, the Reverend Dr. Wayne Robinson, who's the founding minister of All Faiths Unitarian Congregation in Fort Myers, Florida.
Thank you very much, Michael, and it's an honor to be here with the CIW and the parish of St. William. I'd like to do a couple of three things quickly. You've of course seen the wine and the hors d'oeuvres over on this side, and then back in the back on the left side is the silent auction, and then there's some things about the petitions over on this table, and some t-shirts for $10 and caps and so forth, and then the awards, some of the awards that the CIW have received. And so please observe those. And then one other thing, we have people here who speak Spanish and people who speak English, and we have some who speak both Spanish and English, and then we have others who speak English with a fake accent loud, like myself. And so we have a table though of Spanish only speaking, and we have someone who is translating for them. And so don't think that they're not paying attention, they're translating. And so if you hear them, that's fine. That's a part of the intended program for this evening. Also, even though you're sitting at tables, feel free at any time to get up and go get more hors d'oeuvres or drinks, wine, or sign the silent petitions. Now it's my privilege to introduce to you Kathy Curley, who's the director of the Catholic Campaign for Human Development for the Diocese of Venice, and also Father Patrick O'Connor, who is the pastor of Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church in Immokalee. Please, Kathy and Father O'Connor.
Good evening. It's my my pleasure to share with you this evening a bit about the organizations whose recognition of the coalition we're celebrating tonight. So I need their words. As we gather together to congratulate the Coalition of Immokalee Workers for their achievements, again, we're also celebrating very specifically the recognition of their work. And they've been recently recognized by Anti-Slavery International and the United States Catholic Conference of Bishops, the Catholic Campaign for Human Development. And in recognizing the coalition for their work, Anti-Slavery International said of their achievements, they uncover and investigate cases of slavery while raising awareness of forced labor practices among the farm worker community. Their determined efforts have resulted in the prosecution of 6 slavery cases in the past decade and the liberation of over 1,000 workers held in debt bondage. So it's pretty strong recognition, folks. 6 cases and 1,000 men and women freed up from slavery conditions. Personally, I know a little bit more about Catholic Campaign for Human Development's recognition of the coalition, and they were recognized with the Sister Margaret Cafferty Development of Peoples Award. That award is offered and presented annually to a group or individual who best exemplifies a commitment to the development of people and the elimination of poverty in America. Recipients of this award have made significant contributions to human development and offered heroic responses to the needs of the economically disadvantaged. I had the privilege and the honor of being in Washington, D.C. when Gerardo Reyes accepted this award on behalf of the coalition, and I can tell you there was a standing ovation, a multi-minute standing ovation, and folks were hesitant to sit back down. It was a very proud moment on my behalf. I'd like to share with you the words that the National Director of Catholic Campaign of Human Development said about the coalition in presenting this award. We're proud to present this year's award to the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, and we are grateful for the work they do on behalf of those who toil mostly unnoticed in the fields. They imitate the life of Jesus in their concern for the poor and the exploited. Lives of countless farm workers have been greatly improved because of their unselfish efforts. It would be impossible to imagine just how many lives have been saved and family conditions improved because they dare to organize and demand fair and just treatment and basic human rights. Again, you can imagine the standing ovation that I was witness to. When Gerardo accepted the award on behalf of the coalition, he thanked CCHD, which he recognized as being supportive of the coalition's work since the very beginning. And he also thanked the Diocese of Venice, our Diocese of Venice bishops, Dwayne and Bishop Nevins. And Father Patrick is going to share with you a few words from Bishop Dwayne on his behalf.
And I won't talk too long, so you'll be happy about that, because usually I talk for a very long time. Whenever I'm in front of a group like this, in fact, when I'm in front of a group like this, I usually like to take up a collection. That's good. Collection's already been taken up, I understand. So. Yeah, I received a phone call from Bishop Dwayne, and unfortunately he couldn't come tonight. He really wanted to come, but I guess matters of state and in the diocese. But he asked, would you please go and represent me there, and just simply say to the members of the Alliance and to the coalition that they have my support, and that they have the support of the Catholic Diocese of Southwest Florida. So I wanted to simply pass that message on to you, and I know that's true. I know the bishop, he's only been bishop for a very short amount of time, and he actually is the one who brought me to work in Immokalee. I was in Virginia, and I got this phone call from this bishop I'd never met or heard of. And he said, there's this place, and I'm looking for a priest that speaks Spanish. I understand you speak Spanish. Would you come and look at it? And I said, sure. He took the day off from work. That's a big thing for a Catholic bishop, It doesn't happen very often. And he picked me up in his car from the airport, and he drove me and spent the entire day showing me around Immokalee. And then hounded me for days on the phone. And I said, yes, I'll come and work there. And And it's been the great blessing of my life to be there, serving the people of Immokalee. And I noticed that the bishop more and more, as the months have gone by, has become much more deeply interested and concerned for the people of Immokalee and for all the workers, all the migrants. Especially lately, the situation, I've been very concerned with the situation of forced labor and slavery. And I know that whatever resources the diocese can spare, they're going to want to. He's going to stand behind all the work of the coalition. So on behalf of the bishop, thank you for your work, all the members of the coalition, all the members of the Student Farm Worker Alliance. Thank you for this evening, and good luck, and God bless you in all the work that you do to help the neediest and the poorest among us.
Thank you, Father O'Connor. And I still remember back in the late 90s when Bishop Nevins and a group of us toured the Immokalee area, and he was supportive from the start and continued through his episcopacy, and it's good to hear that his successor is following in his footsteps. It's now my opportunity to introduce to you the Venerable Dennis McManus, who is the Canon for Mission and Outreach of the Episcopal Diocese of Southwest Florida.
I too will keep my remarks short. It is an absolute privilege for me to be here. In years past, through our United Think offering nationwide, we've supported the coalition. I've recently returned to Florida from Louisiana doing recovery work. Arrived here in January. Our bishop, as bishops would want to do, have multiple highest priorities. One of the highest priorities is the mission work in Immokalee. We've planted a small Haitian mission there. We're working with Haitian adults, teaching them basic English and computer skills. And it is our hope that we will grow in partnership with you, and it is our honor to stand with you now. Thank you.
In case you didn't realize, you have seen two miracles here tonight. When the minister says he only wants to say a few things, he usually means a whole lot. But we've had only short version. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Francisca Cortez. She's a leader of the women's group of the CIW and appeared in the December issue of Glamour magazine. And also Leonel Perez, who is the DJ for Radio Conciencia. I think I do better at speaking English with a Spanish accent.
Muy buenas tardes. Bueno, realmente pues queremos agradecer a cada uno de ustedes que están aquí el día de hoy por la atención que están prestando.
We truly want to thank each and every one of you for being here today and for your attention.
Y también agradecemos a ustedes por hacernos recordar, ¿verdad?, todos los casos de esclavitud que la coalición ha precipitado.
This event also helps us to remember the different cases that the Coalition of Immokalee Workers has helped in the investigation and prosecution.
Pero fuera mejor si estos reconocimientos no estarían allá al lado por todas las condiciones que está pasando en la industria agrícola.
But it would be better if those recognitions that are here did not even exist, that we were not being recognized, that these abuses did not exist in the fields.
¿Por qué? Porque esclavitud sigue floreciendo, por eso es que hemos encontrado esos 6 casos de esclavitud.
Slavery continues to flourish in the fields, and that's why we've taken those cases to federal court.
Y no es un trabajo que estamos buscando cada día detrás de cada trabajador a ver si vive en esclavitud, sino que se dan los casos porque se dan.
And it's not that we go out and looking for these cases, go to each worker and see in these kind of conditions, but that these conditions simply happen.
Pero por eso estamos luchando para que esas condiciones de esclavitud moderna paren y que ya no existan más en los campos.
But that's why we're in this struggle, so that these cases of slavery do not continue to flourish and that these abuses no longer take place in the fields.
Para que nosotros los trabajadores vivamos y tengamos una vida digna.
We're struggling for us as workers to have a life with dignity,
para nosotros y nuestros hijos.
for us and for our children.
Y bueno, aparte de eso, el último caso, ¿verdad?, que se ha encontrado cerca de nuestras oficinas, a unas cuadras donde estamos.
The most recent slavery case was found just a few blocks from our office in Immokalee.
No sé cuántos aquí han rentado un carro de estos que se llaman U-Haul, donde se guardan las cosas o se cargan las cosas de un lado para otro.
I don't know how many of you have ever rented a U-Haul truck or a box truck, to move things, to carry things.
¿Verdad que está oscuro adentro y está todo cerrado sin por dónde poder respirar porque no es para la gente?
If you have rented one of these, you know that it's very dark and that you really can't breathe in there because it's not made for it to have people inside of it.
Pero en Immokalee eso es algo que se utiliza cada día para transporte al trabajo.
But in Immokalee, a lot of the buses use these kind of box trucks to transport workers to the fields every day.
En los últimos casos, trabajadores estaban encerrados en esta camioneta para no hablar, para no salir y solo ir a trabajar.
And in this most recent case, the workers were forced to sleep inside of one of these box trucks so that they wouldn't speak, they wouldn't be able to get out.
Tenían un horario definido para llegar a la casa, si no lo hacían, eran encerrados allá detrás de esta troca.
They had a definite time that they had to be home by so that they could go in the truck to sleep.
Entonces esas son las condiciones que ya no queremos ver, ni en nuestra comunidad, ni en ningún otro lado en la industria agrícola.
These are the kind of conditions we no longer want to see, not in our community, not in any community.
Por eso los invitamos a que pasen, ¿verdad?, a agarrar mucha información que tenemos ahí, porque podemos hablar de caso tras caso y paso a paso lo que pasó, pero es mucho tiempo para poder hacerlo, así es que los invitamos a agarrar información sobre los diferentes casos.
We invite you, to take some more information. There's more information about the different cases. We could spend the whole night talking about each case, everything that has happened in each case, but there's some literature there that explains more about these different cases.
Gracias y juntos podemos hacer Immokalee diferente y la vida del trabajador diferente.
Thank you. Together we can make Immokalee a different place and the lives of workers a different and better life.
Muy buenas tardes, yo me llamo Leonel Pérez, es un gusto estar con ustedes y también venimos juntamente con mis compañeros como trabajadores también, pescadores de tomate, y ahora estamos con ustedes para compartir lo que un trabajador vive en Immokalee y cómo estamos en Immokalee.
So good afternoon, my name is Leonel Perez and I'm really happy to be here with all of you. I'm here with my other compañeros that are also workers, tomato pickers in Immokalee, here to share with you about the lives of farm workers.
Mi compañera explicó unos casos de que pasaron en Immokalee, pero no queremos que vuelva otra vez. Pero también en Immokalee como trabajadores tenemos un sueño muy grande y estamos por lograrlo.
My compañera talked about the slavery cases that we no longer want to see in our communities. And also in our community, there's another dream that we've had that we're very close to reaching.
Todo nuestro trabajo que hemos hecho, aunque no queremos realizarlo, por ejemplo, casos de esclavitud, pero son reconocidos. Y hoy en día, como trabajadores, queremos tener un espacio propio de cómo poder trabajar y apoyar a trabajadores y también tener una campaña juntos.
As farm workers, we've been dreaming of having a space where we can continue our work forward, continue to expand our campaign.
En Immokalee estamos construyendo un centro comunitario que es como una casa de un trabajador, va a ser como una casa de aquellos que apoyan nuestra campaña.
In Immokalee, we have been constructing our community center, which is going to be the home for all of the workers in Immokalee and also for for people that come to visit us.
Personas que han visitado a Immokalee, a nuestra oficina, gracias también, porque la coalición nosotros hemos hablado que no son las cuatro paredes que tenemos, sino que el apoyo o la unión que tenemos.
Those of you that have visited Immokalee, that have gone to our office, thank you. We have always said that those four walls are not the coalition, but that's where we do our work.
Pero hoy en día queremos tener esa casa propia, un centro comunitario, y donde nosotros como trabajadores tenemos mucha actividad en la comunidad. Por ejemplo, nosotros somos como algo que anima a la persona, somos animadores y hoy en día queremos tener más animación en nuestra comunidad, por eso estamos construyendo ese centro que para los trabajadores hay más oportunidad de cómo saber más de sus derechos.
And we want to have our own space, a bigger space. As an organization, we do many activities in the community. We're like animators in the community to animate the workers to get involved. And we want to continue doing this work and have a bigger space where workers can come and we can continue to do our work.
Hoy donde estamos rentando la oficina tenemos, por ejemplo, computadoras para la gente que llega, por ejemplo, llega muy temprano de trabajo. Porque en Immokalee no hay de dónde ir a divertirte. Simplemente llegan en la computadora para pasar tiempo, pero no tenemos un espacio adecuado para varias personas.
Right now in our office, we have a few computers that are available for the community, for workers that, you know, sometimes get home a little bit early and they don't have anything else to do. They can come to the community and to our office and learn how to use the computer, but we don't have a big enough space to have several computers. We just only have a few there.
Por ejemplo, también otra actividad que siempre realizamos cada semana, juntas comunitarias los días miércoles. A veces llegan muchas personas, pero no tenemos un espacio, lo llenamos y muchas personas se quedan afuera y quedan viendo, a veces se van porque no hay un espacio para todos.
Something that's very important in our community are our Wednesday meetings when the workers come to our office and we gather, and sometimes we don't have enough space and so people have to wait outside and just listen to the meeting from outside of the building.
Y también tenemos una cooperativa donde vendemos productos básicos para la comunidad a bajo precio.
We also have a small cooperative where we offer different products to the community at a low cost.
Y estas actividades que hacemos cuando hay visitas de diferentes aliados, de diferentes personas que llegan a visitar, a veces cerramos la oficina entera y alguien si quieren comprar o usar la computadora no se puede porque todo el espacio está ocupado.
And sometimes when we have visitors, when our allies come to visit, we have to close our office, and so if any of the workers want to buy something from the cooperative or use the computers or they have a question, our office has to be closed so that we can, you know, gather with our allies.
Y este espacio que estamos construyendo hoy en día, pero juntamente con el apoyo de ustedes lo vamos a construir, donde vamos a tener un espacio más adecuado de todas esas actividades que tenemos.
And this community center, thanks to the support people like you, will be able to offer a better, bigger space for us to be able to do all these important activities in our community.
Hace como 20 días tenemos una estación de radio que rentábamos, una trailita bien pequeña, pero en este centro, el cuarto de la estación de radio ya está bien y nuestra emisora está en este edificio, pero nada más la emisora y queremos realizar todo ese sueño.
A few weeks ago, our radio station, which was being housed inside of a small trailer, was moved into the community center. So now the radio is functioning, it's in the community center, but we want to be able to move in there completely.
Y nuestra estación es la base comunitaria de nuestra comunicación.
And our radio station is our base of communication for our community.
Y por eso necesitamos el apoyo de ustedes, en verdad, porque ya hemos visto que nos están apoyando. De esta manera, y ese centro no va a ser para trabajadores, sino que va a ser cualquier persona. Las puertas van a estar abiertas si ustedes quieren visitar Immokalee un día.
And that's why we need your support. We thank you for those of you that are already supporting our community center, and the community center will be open not just to the worker community of Immokalee, but for all of our allies and friends that come to visit us.
Y el centro también nos va hacer más fácil realizar más actividades de nuestra campaña.
And the center will also be help us as we continue with the different activities in our campaign.
Eso es todo y gracias por la atención. Esperamos trabajar juntos.
So thank you for your attention. We look forward to continuing to work with all of you.
I can't think of a more difficult job than being a county commissioner in Collier County. We're fortunate to have one of our commissioners here today, and we want to honor him knowing that he had many other options on this Friday evening. Commissioner Jim Coletta, would you stand please and let us honor and recognize you. He does make a statement very much. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I'm an adjunct course at Florida Gulf Coast University, and I wanted just to let you know there's a person on campus who is the point person for all of the activities that go on there, and she's over serving you wine. Angela Cisneros. Angela? And I have a student from one of my classes here with his guest, Tom Chiavin. Tom, this class raised money, and one of the things I thought was really neat, they had a tomato throw at one of the centers, and people would stand, and for $3 you could throw a tomato at them, and they raised $120-something. And most of the tomatoes did not burst, and they were able to be used again. Also, we have several members of the clergy here, and I don't know all of you, but would you mind standing if you're a member of the clergy, and let us give you a group welcome, please. Now we have a very special opportunity. Ms. Phyllis Williams will come to auction off this gorgeous painting in the back, One More Cent. Please.
Oh, thank you. Somebody else is not allowed to look, right?
Who's the other?
Hi, I'm Phyllis Williams. I know all of you had a chance to look at this very powerful piece of art. And the artist is with us this evening. Cesar is at the table over here. It is really powerful. And if you buy it, certainly you'll have something different. Maybe if you don't have room for it, you may think of donating it to the church or to the coalition or to the courthouse or somewhere that could really use it. But I tell you, it's a beautiful piece. Everybody would love to have it. To get you in the mood for auctioning, we have a couple of things left over from the silent auction that we thought we would auction off. One is the package for the Calypso Car Wash gift certificate, and it's a $27 value. And anybody can bid, just raise your hand. Who will give me $20? Do I have 20? What do you bid? 20, 20, 20, anywhere 20? Now, some of you cars are not really that clean. Can I have 20? Do I have 20? I've got 20 in the back, now 25. 5, 5, 5, anywhere 25. Do I have 25? 25 here. 30 over here. Thank you. Now 35. 35 and now 40. 40 would have been 40. 40 I've got. Now 45. 45 and now 50. 50 would have been 50. 50 anywhere 50. Anywhere 50. Sold your way, sir. $45. Thank you very much. And that's the way we do it. And somebody will, Jordan, you want to take this and you'll get that man's money just about right. Right over there. All right, the next one we have is the Fred Astaire dance classes. It's for 2 people. It's a $250 value, and you can maybe be the next Dancing with the Stars. So anyway, we would like a bid of, can I have about $75 to start that? Do I have 75, 5, anywhere 75, 75, anywhere 75? Well, $50 where? 50, 50 would have been 50. Some of you can dance, some of you can give it to somebody for a present. 50, 50 would have been 50, 50, anywhere 50? Anywhere 50? Well, $40. 40 I've got. And now 45. 45, 5, 5, anywhere 45, anywhere 45? So your way, Carol, $40. And where's George? All right. Okay, now folks, want to change your tune. We're going to direct you to the painting. Again, they will be happy to take your checks. And it is beautiful. Would anybody give me $2,000 to start it? There is a certain amount, there is a reserve that we will give to the artist for his work. But all over our reserve will go to the coalition. So I'm looking for 2,000. Do I have 2? 2 would have been 2, 2 anywhere 2, 2 anywhere 2 would have been 2,000. Do I have 2, 2 anywhere 2, anywhere 2? Well, we'll start the hard way then. How about 1,500? Do I have 1,500? 15, 15 anywhere 15, 15 anywhere 1,500? Over here. Where's my 1,500? Thank you, sir. And now 16. 16, 16, 16. Do I have 16 anywhere? 16, 16, anywhere? 16? Anywhere 16? Need a little bit more. That's 1,500 is our reserve, so we've reached that. So we need about another 100,000, 2,000 for the coalition. And I got 15, looking for 16. 16, 16, and you'll have something no one else has. And you know, if you put it on a wall, you may never have to paint that wall again. Looking for 1,600. Do I have 16, 16, anywhere 16, 16? 16? I believe I would. Anywhere 1,600? 1,600? Only got 15. Looking for 16. Anywhere 16? We're going to have to sell it. It's great painting. Sold to David for 1,500. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Phyllis, and thank you, David. At this time, we're going to take a short break for you to look at the silent auction, to get the refreshments, a glass of wine, and then we'll come back, and the event of the evening will have our speaker. And so let's take a moment, stand, meet some people, move, get your refreshments, and then we'll give you a signal when it's time to come back. Thank you. For that, we're very honored to have Gary Robertson, who's the director of music campuses here at St. William, and Pat Elaine, who is the pastor, going to lead us in a couple of verses of a new song some of you may know, Amazing Grace. Please join with me.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed.
Thank you, Gary. How many of you enjoyed the hors d'oeuvres tonight? Contributing those for us this evening were Kathy Eagle and Susan Moyer. Also, we have some winners of the silent auction. Katie, do you have that information? Okay. Here she comes.
Okay. For a new hue facial, we have Nympha Drago. Oh.
No.
Trudy?
Julie. Her phone number is 549-8721.
All right, well, I'll call her. For the Fred Astaire dance lessons, we have Margaret Crabtree. And for the Haskins wine tasting cruise, we have Mark Linden. Terry. All you can meet me at the back, we'll get that taken care of. Thank you.
It's my privilege to introduce to you Romeo Ramirez, who's a longtime CIW member. At age 15, he joined the CIW, which would have been back in 1996. In 2003, he was awarded the Robert F. Kennedy Memorial Human Rights Award, which included infiltrating a major slave-free operation in Lake Place, Florida. He helped enslaved workers escape to safety and provided evidence for a legal case resulting in the slavery operation and its ringleaders being brought to justice and sentenced to prison. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Romeo Ramirez to speak to our. Please.